and welcome to Dickinson's Real Deal. On this show, I help members of the public to get the very best price for their antiques and valuables. They get a choice. Sit down with one of our regular dealers. They're going to try and tempt you with a cash offer on the table today.
£500.
No.
You're quite sure?
I'm positive.
If I don't think that's enough money, I'm going to say no. Don't accept that. Take a chance, have a gamble, go to auction. You may get a little bit more money there. Today, the show comes to you from Oswestry in Shropshire. There's a great crowd of people. They've been here since early this morning. They want to cash in their goods or maybe gamble and go to auction. But either way, they want the real deal.
It's our first deal of the day, and Karen Darmeny's in a great mood.
Trying to contain my excitement. This rather lovely-looking pottery owl has just arrived on my table. Can't wait to get stuck in.
Our seller Dave will be glad to hear you give a hoot about this, Karen. It's already caught the attention of our other two wise owls, David and auctioneer Robert Stones.
So, where did this come from?
Came from my aunt.
Oh, it's an inherited piece?
Yes. When she died, I had to clear the house, and I found that in the bottom of a wardrobe in a plastic bag.
Oh, that's a shame. So it had been hidden away all this time?
Yeah.
There was a factory called Martin Brothers that are very famous for doing owls, and had it been one of those, we're talking mega money. But as it is, I'm hoping that this is a Doulton version. Actually, if we see on the bottom here, we've got the Doulton Lambeth mark. The body of it is stoneware, and so when the body of it's sort of leather hard, all this patterning would have been impressed into it. Then it would have gone to the glazers to be glazed. I mean, its original use is actually a tobacco jar.
Tobacco.
And in the days, and we're talking here about 1880, 1890.
So is it that old?
Yeah. Did you not realise
No.
it was that old?
No.
Yeah, it's well over 100 years now.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Just before I pop that back, I'm sure you're aware.
Little nick there, yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't something...
No,
Yeah,
that's how it was.
It's how it was, OK.
Now, Robert, a very colourful, attractive object.
Yeah, yes, Doulton Lambeth, always commercial, people love it. But the thing about this is it's an owl, and owls are commercial, pretty much whatever they're made out of, aren't they?
Interesting, isn't
It's
it?
just a really nice thing. The vases aren't making quite as much as they used to, but this, I think, is really interesting.
How are you going to place your estimate on this?
Well, we thought that it would probably make about £100–150, but to be honest with you, the big problem with it is it's got that chip. And collectors of these, even though you can't see it, it's inside the lid, collectors do want things to be perfect, and
Okay.
that's its problem.
Let's find out what Karen puts on the table.
So, down to crunch time, isn't it?
Show us your money.
OK, shall we see where we go, then? I think your eyes are starting to light up now as the money's coming out.
Of money.
Thought you might. So, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, David? Just keep going, shall
I
I?
think a little bit more than that.
120, 140, 160. Oh, if anyone sneaks up on you, just... Oh, hello, David.
Oh, hello, Karen.
David.
I can tell you that the independent values have gone somewhere around 100 to 150. I think they've been a little bit careful. I can see why Karen has put down £160, because I think it's a very commercial item. I think it's the kind of item that if you saw it, you would say, I want to own that. It's a nice thing. But on the table at the moment is a sound, honest and good offer.
Okay.
David.
See if I could try and squeeze on just a tad more.
Tad more. I haven't got any tenors there, so it's going to have to be a 20. There you go. 180 quid. We got a deal?
We have a deal.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
It looks like a deal has been done. I think at the end of the day, the £180 that Karen put down, that was the real deal. That was a good price.
It certainly was, David. Across the den, Richard's hoping that Brenda Haller will be enthusiastic about his bookshelf.
Well, I've got a cracking piece today, and I'm sure that Brenda's going to offer me a good price. Otherwise, I'm going to be taking it to auction.
Oh, better take heed, Brenda.
We have some oak here.
Yeah.
Lovely, lovely honey-coloured oak. Where did you get this from?
It actually belongs to my wife. It was given to her back 10 years ago
Yes.
by her grandmother.
Right, so it was a family piece.
Yes, it is, yeah. It's been in the
Okay.
family as long as she can remember.
Right, and so do you know anything about it?
Well, I've been told it might possibly be a Liberty piece.
Yeah. At the back here, I've noticed a registration number, which could be Liberty's,
Yep.
but it's not in any catalogues that I've seen, this particular design. But who's to say it isn't? It just might need a little bit more research. It's a two-tier book trough. Have you had books in it?
Yes, it's always been used as a bookshelf.
Yeah, lovely. Very nice design. If we would go back 5 years or so, when brown furniture was in the time that it was really high, this would go for an awful lot money than it does today.
Right.
But it's a small piece of brown furniture, so there's still a market for it, for small pieces. OK, would you like me to get some money out?
Yes, please.
OK, let's do £20. I know you're going to say no. So we'll say £40.
No.
OK. £60.
Sorry, Brenda.
That's all right. I'm going to go £80. That's where I think we are with it.
OK, no.
No. Am I far away?
Yeah. Yeah,
Really?
definitely. Yeah.
Well, let me tell you what the independent valuers say and what I think about it. We've got estimates between £90 up to 150.
Right.
80 is not a bad offer. It's got a lot going for it, but I still don't think it's going to bring a lot more than 100 to 120, in my opinion, in the auction.
That's where I saw it as a dealer to allow me a profit, to be honest. £80 on the table. What do you think, Richard?
I'm sorry, Brenda, but I'm going to take a gamble. I'm going to go to auction.
OK.
I've never been there before.
Oh, you haven't?
No, I haven't.
Oh, well, that'd be really interesting
So
for
I'll
you.
give it a go.
OK, well, well done, and I hope you do
All right.
really well.
Thanks again.
Thank you. Oh, what a shame. I thought I was quite strong with £80. I'd be very surprised if it goes for much more.
So you're confident, are you, Brenda? Or is Richard, our seller, right to take a gamble?
He can't make it here today to the auction, so I'm looking after his interests. It was thought by Richard that it might be produced for Liberties. We've checked the Liberty catalogues. We can't find anything remotely like it, but that doesn't mean to say that it wasn't made for them. The estimate is £100 to £150, which I think is reasonable. The reserve is £100, but is it fashionable enough to sell? Well, I'm about to find out. It's coming up now.
159, this very stylish oak, arts and crafts design, tabletop bookcase, super thing, £80 a bid at 80, 85, 90 I'm a bid at 90 short.
100 is the reserve.
95, 100 now, at 100.
It's at 100, it's at its reserve.
120 now, 120.
They like it. 110, 120, 130.
150, 140.
Is it by Liberties, I say?
140, 150, 150 on the phone, 160, 170, 170.
They're going for it. 170, 180.
190 on the phone, 200 make it, 200 now, at 190, going to be sold at £190, at 190 on the telephone, going to be sold at 190.
Now that went at some pace, £190. There is some commission to take off that. I make that about 156 quid, something close to that. You should have offered a bit more, Brenda. 80 quid was not enough on the day. It made £190. And I'm going to be sending £156 along to Richard. You know, Richard, you may have been right. It might have been Liberties. That was the real deal.
Wow, well done, Richard. Fortune certainly favoured the brave.
At £50 only, all quiet and done, £50 only, £90 only at 90.
Back in the den, Alan's hoping David Tupman will give him a more than sporting offer for this item.
Well, I bought what I think is a presentation cup, which I think is in good condition, and I'd like to get about £100. It'd be very nice.
It's a pity it's not silver, it's a pity it's only plated, but I like it and I will try and buy it.
I'll play it cool. just see what he's offering.
Now, will David's offer be on target?
Very interesting item. Tell us about it.
Well, it's come with a bit of a strange story, really. About 30, 35 years ago, we were emptying my grand's little cottage, which overlooked the local railway. And there was some bit of rubble, bit of sort of rough ground, and Alex saw it over on this rubble, painted black and yellow. Intrigued, I picked it up, scratched it, and found out it was sort of, well, at the time I thought silver.
It's cleaned up incredibly well, hasn't it?
It has.
Painted black and yellow. Okay, let's have a look. We've got a trophy, and looking around the base, we obviously have 3 rifles, and I'm sure that this is a shooting trophy, would have been given in a shooting competition. If we look underneath, W&H, Walker and Hall, good English, silver plate and silver makers. This is silver plate, no hallmarks, which is a great shame. If it had been silver, would have been a really wonderful thing.
Yeah.
And I think looking at the design of these flowers around the cup, it's slightly Art Nouveau, and I would suspect that this is the sort of the first 10 years of the 20th century, so about 1900, 1910 would be my guess. What am I going to try and give you for it? I'm going to stick a little bit of money on the table. Have you got some idea about what you want?
No, rough idea.
Rough idea. I'm going to stick down 50, 100 pounds.
No.
No? Are we in the same ballpark, or?
Getting there.
Yeah. 120 pounds.
Pretty good.
Let's see what David has to say.
Okay.
Hello, now, you say pretty good.
Yep.
Quite a smart object. Silver plate, Walker and Hall, obviously a trophy for country pursuits, for shooting. And then I look across the table and I think to myself, smart, country dealer, knows lots of people in the hunting, shooting field. Probably has someone just in mind for this item, but I can't say much more than the 120. So I'm going to say, take his money. I think that's a good offer.
Well, Alan?
Is that it?
It is, I'm afraid.
It is?
Yeah.
Yep, if that's the best offer you're going to give me.
It is, I'm afraid.
Right.
You got a deal?
I'll accept.
Thank you very much, and thanks very much indeed for bringing it in.
Thank you very much.
Coming up,
It's £60.
David Ford's measly offer for a painting gets the brush off.
You're joyfully surprised that it's so much money. Didn't expect anything like that.
Well, I thought it
Here's
might be
David.
more
He's going to
than
give us some
that. Hello,
input.
David.
Well, I think we did expect that, didn't we, Jim?
So, yeah.
Will the old master be shamed into a bigger bid? Welcome back to Dickinson's Real Deal from Oswestry in Shropshire. And Jill's brought David Ford a lovely painting.
My next item's a little round picture. Looks Italian, late 19th century. It's quite nicely done. It needs a clean or something, but I'd certainly like to buy it. It's my cup of tea. Little picture you've brought in today. What can you tell me about it? How did it come into your life?
Well, we bought a house in 1969 and it was there hidden away in a old walk-in larder on a shelf, and it's been with us ever since.
OK, Jill, well, I'll tell you the little bit I know about your picture.
OK.
It's an oil painting.
Right.
It's painted on board rather than canvas. It looks to me like a little Italian scene.
Yes.
And it looks to me as though it probably was painted in the second half of the 19th century.
OK.
Down here, very small, is a name. Have you been able to decipher that?
Well, we think it's Robertson.
Robertson.
I think so.
Quite a common name, actually, Robertson. I know a couple of Robertsons, 19th century artists. There's an Anna Robertson.
Okay.
There's a Charles Robertson.
So it's going to make me a fortune, is it?
The frame's quite nice too, isn't it? I don't think the picture is wonderful. It obviously needs a clean. Looks as though it's been in a smoker's house at some stage in its life.
Could have been in the past.
I wish I knew who the artist is. I mean, Robertson could be... There's only a couple of names that spring to mind with me, but I'll put some money down. Because I think with a clean, it's quite nice. There's 40. There's £60 for your little picture. How do you feel about that? You're joyfully surprised that it's so much money. Didn't expect anything like that.
Well, I thought
Here's David. He's going to give us some input.
Well, I think we did expect that, didn't we, Judy?
So, yes.
I think we thought, yes, we'd like to see a little bit more.
I think so, yes.
Well, the independent valuers, they're saying 50 to 80, 50 to 100. I think it's got a lot of antique charm about it. Yes, there are a few chips to the giltwood frame. Yes, there may be a light cleaning required, but it has a look. I think you're in the ballpark. Probably, if you could perhaps say to David, would it be possible for another 10 quid or something? I think we need to look after our dealers so they can take it away, sell it and make a profit.
Okay.
I think that's a realistic price for it. It's an interesting object and it's an antique-looking object.
Thank you.
Well, that was constructive, wasn't it?
It was, wasn't it? Yes, very helpful.
That didn't do us any harm at all, did it?
Not at all. So,
I will dig down here
will you?
and find another £10 and offer you 70 for it, because I quite like it.
Okay.
I think £70 gives me a chance.
That's fair.
We're going to shake hands.
Yes, I will do.
Deal done.
Thank you
very much.
Thank you.
Over on David Tupman's table is a little scent box that covers up something whiffy.
I don't think I've ever bought a vinaigrette in my life. I always think of them as sort of ladies' things that little ladies deal in. If I buy it, I'll probably lose it.
Maybe you'll find a little old lady purse to keep it safe in, David.
Keith, now you've brought in a little silver box.
Yeah, a little vinaigrette.
It's a okay.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about it?
I bought it at auction about 4 years ago. I believe it's from 1854.
Let's have a little look at it. It's a little silver box, and inside we can see that it's got a grill, and it's called, as you quite rightly say, a vinaigrette, and it would have held sort of smelling salts for ladies to have either to disguise smells around them or to. But it would have something nice to smell in for them.
A little sponge, I believe.
Little sponge, that's correct. If you look at the marks, they are the silver marks for 1854, you're correct. And the maker is C, W and D, which I don't know who the makers are either. But we've got a nice Queen Victoria head. And it looks in pretty good condition, no little holes or anything. They're not something that I normally go out of my way to buy.
Right.
But I'll put some money on the table and we'll see if we can tempt you.
Okay.
I'm going to put 20, 40, £60 on the table.
No, not enough.
Are we miles away?
A little way, yeah. Quite a way away.
Okay, I'm going to have to make a little more effort.
I think so, yeah.
£80.
It's still not enough.
Well, let's see what David has to say.
Keith, now, I overheard the conversation. You bought this not that long ago in auction.
Yes.
I'm going to ask you how much you paid, because I don't think it will make a great deal of difference to the negotiation.
190.
That doesn't surprise me either. I would have said 160, 180. I've seen them at £200. For some reason now, they fell back a little bit. Now, this is quite a nice example, David. There must be just over £100 worth at least. There should be 120 quid's worth there today, considering what you paid only a few years ago. So I'm going to say, unless David puts a little bit more money down, that one is worth a gamble.
Thank you.
Obviously, I'm being a little bit on the mean side, so I'm going to pick those up and put them away. I'm going to go into my other pocket. I'm going to put 50, £100 down. Is that going to tempt you or not?
It is tempting a bit, but I think it's just worth a little bit more than that.
I'll go £120, and that's my final offer.
That's your final offer, is it?
Yeah.
OK. I'll accept your offer then.
You sure?
Yeah.
OK, well, thank you very much indeed.
Thanks
very much indeed for bringing it in.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I would have liked probably 150, but by the time I'd gone to auction and they took out the 15%, it wouldn't have been much more, I shouldn't think. So, yeah, quite happy on the day.
I think it's the first vinaigrette I've ever bought. How exciting is that?
Back in the dealer's den, people are still coming through the door, each one hoping our experts will take a fancy to their treasures. But will Brenda take a shine to Dave's item?
Whose is this? Are you not proposing to somebody?
No, it belonged to my late mother.
Oh, Mum.
She died about 18 months ago, so it's been in her old jewellery box ever since. So
was this her engagement ring?
This was her engagement ring back in 1940 something.
Whoa, she was tiny.
Yes, she only has small, very small wrist and fingers.
Wow,
yes.
That is tiny. Look, but look at that.
Yeah.
Little finger stuff.
Yeah, she's
Wow.
only very small. Yeah.
Amazing. So you don't want to hang on to it?
No one's going to wear it, so...
Really?
No.
All right. We have an 18-carat band here, and it's topped with platinum, and then it's set with two very pretty little brilliant cut diamonds. And they're quite white, so, you know, they're nice. They're very nice. OK. What would you put the money towards if I gave you some money?
Well, I'll split it between myself. I've got two brothers, so...
It's a clean little ring and could be worth a little bit more. It's his mum's ring. I know you don't get the purse open again very often, but I'm going to say I think this is an occasion worth a little bit more money. I won't be too hard, but I think it's worth a little bit more money. So let's see what happens.
OK. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll take this one away. We'll put that one there. That makes it 180. Does that work better for splitting it between you and your two brothers?
Yes, I think that's a fair price, so I'm prepared to accept
Lovely.
that.
OK, I'm glad you are.
That's lovely.
I'll wish your brothers well for me.
I will. Thank you very much indeed.
OK, thank you.
Coming up, David's hoping his sob story might help him get the better of our seller.
I made a New Year's resolution this year, Terry. I said, I'm going to try and get a profit out of everything I buy.
We all do that.
But will it work?
Welcome back to Dickinson's Real Deal.
The Shropshire locals are out in force bringing in the big and the bold. But Mary's brought something in that looks anything but.
I know what this is. I don't even have to look at the bottom. Wedgwood by Keith Murray. Very desirable. I would like to buy this. Where did it come from?
It used to belong to my parents.
Did it? Okay,
Yes.
and it's been passed down to you, has it?
Yes, to me and my sisters.
Oh, so this is jointly owned?
Yes.
OK, so the money's going to be shared if you sell it?
It will be, yes, it will be.
OK, so have you heard of the name Keith Murray? Is it a name that you were familiar with?
Well, not until we started to look up about the vase. So.
Yeah. OK. So you probably know as much as me, then, that you can get...
I wouldn't say that.
It was always this very sort of plain and stepped design and engraved into the body of it. In various forms, you've got plates and vases and different colourways as well, because there's green and there's black, which I think is rarer. I have to say, this isn't the rarest colour. This is the colour that we see if we do see Keith Murray. This is the colour that we tend to see. And this item dates to about 1930s.
Oh.
Is that what your research came up with as well?
I didn't do that much research.
Not that much. OK. I bet you researched the price, though. Yeah, I thought you might. So we've got the Wedgwood mark here. That's the factory, made in England. And we've got the facsimile signature here of Keith Murray, who was the designer. And he's recognised because if you can imagine the 1930s, that was quite an unusual thing to produce. And he's very, very respected, and there are quite a few collectors for it. I think I've talked too much about this vase. I think I'm pushing the price up by the second, aren't I?
That's good. That's what I want to hear.
OK. Right. So let's get going. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. 120, 140.
Perhaps a bit more?
Right, I will pay 150. I think I'm fairly safe. All I'm concerned is I'm not going to lose money. I think at worst ways I'll get 150 quid for it. How does that sound to you?
Fine. That's fine, yes.
You're going to accept that?
I'll accept that.
OK, we've got a deal. Thank you very much.
Perry's brought David Ford a lovely bit of jewellery.
I brought along a gold sovereign bracelet. No real expectations. I'll just wait until he sees it and see what they say.
It's a nice thing. It has a gold value, obviously, and I'll be pleased to buy that. Terry, you bought me in a little piece of jewellery.
Yeah, it was my wife's. I bought it about 10 years ago from Chester for my wife, and she never worn it. It's just sat in the jewellery box for the last 10 years.
Oh, that's sad, isn't it?
It's a lovely piece. It's
so really an unwanted gift in a way.
It is, yeah.
OK, well, what we've got is a half sovereign mounted in this quite pretty 9-carat pierced bangle. Well, it's an Edwardian half sovereign. I like it. I think it's a good size, you know, it would fit a lot of
it is, yeah.
Because sometimes bangles can be just too small and you can't get them round a modern lady's wrist.
That's right, yeah.
But I like it. It's a nice thing. It's the sort of thing I can certainly sell. I'll get some money out and try and tempt you.
That's what we're here for, isn't it?
That's right. One of the reasons. It's got to be worth £50, isn't it?
I think so.
Think it's worth £100?
Just a bit more.
What about £200?
A little bit more.
£220.
I think a little bit higher.
A little bit higher?
I have got a good idea of what I think it's actually worth.
Well, David's in just before I was going to put down another £20.
Go on, put it down then, David.
So £240.
Before you start making any decisions, let me tell you what the independent valuers and the auctioneers say. They say, David, 300 to 350. We want to be getting up close to the £300, allowing a respectable profit for David. So I'm going to just trot away and see if David is more forthcoming with his money, because it is his cash.
I want a profit. I do like making a profit. I made a New Year's resolution this year, Terry. I said, I'm going to try and get a profit out of everything I buy.
We all do that.
It doesn't work. 260. Not getting any enthusiastic... Now, this is £280. Now, you should think that's quite good, I think.
I think it's reasonable, but I was, before I came here, looking at 300.
Were you?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll have another little go at another tenner. £290.
OK, you got a deal.
We're shaking hands?
Yeah.
Great.
Grand, brilliant. I came here expecting 280, got 290. Only cost me £125 in the first place, so I done all right out of it.
There's a small margin of profit, and that's what we're all about.
After the break, David is taking no nonsense from Karen.
She sometimes tries to slip in a whammy on the rails. Not this time, girl.
It's the last deal of the day from Oswestry in Shropshire, and Vicky's getting ready to face our Karen.
I brought in an ivory chess set. I'm very, very nervous because Karen's a bit of a one, and I think she'll give me a run for me money.
Let's see who makes the first move.
So where on earth did you get this from?
They were my late granddad's that was passed down to my dad, who's passed away last year, and my mum had them, and we just thought we'd bring them along today. I thought they were plastic at first, but...
You thought they were plastic, did
Mum
you?
thought they were plastic first, yeah.
And have they told you they're not plastic?
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
But I was going to glue them together because there's one or two that's a bit wonky, and I was going to glue them together yesterday.
Right, so here we have a full, and you're looking at someone that doesn't play chess, but I sell enough chess sets in my time to know I've got to count 16 this side and 16 that side. In ivory.
Mm-hmm. Not plastic.
And Chinese, mass-produced in about 1900. So it's now come down to you. Mm-hmm. And you think you might like to sell it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah?
Yeah.
OK. I suppose I better get some money out, hadn't I? Right. 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300, 350, 400, 450, £500.
No.
You're quite sure?
I'm positive.
Okay. 550. 600. 600.
You've knocked his head off.
Vicky, I was just going to say to you how amazing the way you have kept the condition of these items, and then one of our heavy-handed dealers knocked off the full bust or the body of the Chinaman, which has been there since the latter part of the 19th century. I can only say humbly, we apologise for such a faux pas. £600 is on the table. I'm getting excited just looking at these pieces. The quality is fabulous. So I'm going to say to you, thinking over £1,000, otherwise we've got to go to auction. We've got to test the market. Karen is one of the shrewdest judges on this programme. She sometimes tries to slip in, boom, a whammy on the rails. Not this time, girl.
Okay. And you thought they were plastic?
And I thought they were plastic.
Right, we're up to 600, aren't we? 650, 700. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 800. I'm going to make this slightly tricky for you. 820, 840, 860. No?
No.
Go off, people. Right, 880, 900. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Finito. It's a grand. Crunch time. Ooh, it's so difficult, isn't it?
It is. It looks nice in the flesh.
I know, it's a lot
Better
of money.
in the purse. But no, I think I'm going to take my chance and take it to auction.
So, you're off to auction with David.
Thank you.
And I shall follow this with interest.
Good, good.
Do I regret not putting more money down? I don't actually regret it because I think I put a fair price down. The only reservation I have is that the Chinese market is so volatile at the moment, it could do anything.
We'll find out in a moment, Karen.
160 anywhere else, and £150 is being sold. Your bid, 150.
Do you think you've done the right thing by turning down £1,000?
I don't know.
Well, I'm going to say I believe in it. Estimation, 1,300 to 1,600. If it goes right and we sell it today, what are you going to do with all that money?
We'll say goodbye to the rain for starters.
So it sounds like a bit of a holiday?
Yeah.
Somewhere nice, somewhere warm?
Yeah.
OK. Fingers crossed, let's hope we're going to sell it. Here we come now.
The Ivory chess set, lovely lot here. £1,000 a bid straight away.
Straight in £1,000.
Oh. The bid at 1,000, 1,100 now do I hit? 1,100 I'm waiting. 1,100 bid, 1,200 on commission, 13 now. At 1,300, 1,400,
1,400.
1,600, 17 now do I hear? 1,700 bid, 1,800 on commission, 1,900 is the now. 1,900, 1,900 bid, 2,000 on commission,
£2,000 on commission. Twice the price that Karen offered.
2,300, 2,300 on the...
Checkmate.
£2,300. 2,400 anywhere else now. At 2,400 on the other phone. 2,400, 2,500, 2,500, 2,600 now. 2,600.
£2,600.
2,700 is there. 2,700, 2,700, 2,800, 2,800, 2,900. £2,800 at £2,800, all finishing down at £2,800 on this phone here. 2,800.
Was I right on this occasion? There's a ripple of applause in the room. £2,800. Now, there is some commission to take off. It is close to £2,300. You look as cool as a cucumber.
I don't know about that.
You're just sat there, like...
I'm shaking like a leaf.
What's your first reaction?
Oh, my God.
Came along with something. Vicky thought it was plastic. Vicky's going home with £2,300 in her pocket. So, on the day, happy?
Yeah, very happy.
Surprised?
Very surprised.
Delighted?
Yes.
I'm relieved, but I was always confident. On the day, a fabulous price. £2,800, and taking home £2,300 and going off on a fabulous holiday. That is the real deal.
It certainly is, David, and well done, Vicky, on doubling your money at auction. Enjoy your holiday. Can our dealers match that with their buys today?
Thank you very much, and thanks very much indeed for bringing it in.
Thank you very much.
David Tupman bought the shooting trophy for £120 and sold it on very quickly for £140. He also managed to make some money on the silver vinaigrette.
I think it's the first vinaigrette I've ever bought. How exciting is that?
So maybe this will be your first of many to come, Tuppers. What about the other David? Mr. Ford still has the oil painting at home, but he was luckier with that sovereign bracelet.
It's a nice thing. It's the sort of thing I can certainly sell.
And guess what? He did, for £350. Karen was really excited about the Wedgwood vase, but wasn't confident of a profit.
Right, I will pay 150. I think I'm fairly safe. All I'm concerned is I'm not going to lose money.
And she was right, selling the vase for the same price as she bought it. But she managed to do much better with the owl, selling it to a collector for £250. That just leaves Brenda and the diamond ring.
Are you not proposing to somebody?
No, it belonged to my late mother.
Oh.
And 70 years on, it's somebody else's engagement ring. Brenda sold it to a couple for £280. Congratulations to them and Brenda. But the real winners today are our sellers, who walk away with over £3,500. Well done, guys.
We've just had a fantastic result here in the sale room. On the dealer's day, Vicky brought along an ivory chess set. She thought it was plastic. It's just made £2,800 under the gavel. Take home £2,300. What a fantastic deal. Don't forget to join me, David Dickinson, next time for Dickinson's Real Deal. Bye for now.